Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever noticed how often you see the words real or authentic
Hmm.
splashed across products, from organic yogurt to designer jeans?
Oh, absolutely. Real cheese, authentic Italian ingredients.
Real natural fibers. It's everywhere.
It is. But here's the paradox, right? Doesn't it feel like so much of our world, ironically, feels kind of less real?
Exactly. We're bombarded with reality TV, yet there's this underlying craving for something, well, genuinely genuine.
Hmm.
What is it about modern society that drives this intense demand for authenticity, even when sometimes it's, overtly manufactured?
It's a fascinating and pervasive paradox, isn't it? That this deep dive is all about understanding that craving for what feels real in the marketplace.
Right.
We're going to unpack authenticity not just as like a personal trait, but as a critical economic imperative for businesses. It's
Yeah.
no longer just a nice to have.
No, it's a must-have for relevance, it seems.
Totally.
And our source material today is the truly thought-provoking book, Authenticity, What Consumers Really Want, by James H. Gilmore and B. Josephine II.
Oh, the experience economy, guys.
The very same. And they make a compelling argument.
Hmm.
You can't just, check a docs to be authentic. It requires understanding these deeper frameworks and core principles.
And that's our mission today for you, our listener. We're here to cut through the noise.
Yeah.
We'll extract the core insights on why consumers are now demanding authenticity, how businesses are attempting to deliver it.
Sometimes spectacularly missing the mark.
Oh, definitely. And importantly, how you can discern what's truly authentic versus what's just. Well, really good marketing.
Think of it as your shortcut, maybe,
Yeah.
to becoming well-informed on this essential aspect of modern commerce.
Exactly. A shortcut through the clutter.
So let's dive into the why. Why does authenticity matter now more than ever? The authors start by highlighting what they call the real-fake divide,
Mm.
which seems to be getting wider all the time. And a big part of that, of course, is the sheer flood of fakes. You might remember that 2005 Business Week headline, Fakes.
Oh, yeah, the motorcycles.
Yes, challenged readers to spot the real Honda among two identical ones. It was, nearly impossible.
And the scale of the problem is just staggering. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars in lost revenue globally every year from counterfeiting.
Wow.
And these aren't just, cheap knockoffs sold on a street corner anymore. Counterfeiters have become incredibly sophisticated.
They replicate packaging perfectly, even get into legitimate distribution channels.
Exactly. It's pretty scary stuff.
But here's a critical question. If people are buying so many fakes,
Hmm.
doesn't that contradict the idea that they truly want authenticity?
That's a great question, and it really gets to the heart of it. The authors argue it doesn't contradict it at all.
How so?
The crucial insight is this. If consumers didn't care about the original, counterfeiters wouldn't bother trying to pretend to be them.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Most people buy fakes unknowingly, or maybe as a lark, as the authors put it, just for the fun or irony of it.
So the very fact that counterfeiters must mimic the original actually reinforces how much we value authenticity.
Precisely. It proves the point, in a way.
And beyond physical fakes, we're surrounded by a different kind of reality that often feels anything but real. Think about reality TV.
Oh, don't get me started.
Right. From MTV's Real World back in '92 to today's sprawling empire of unscripted shows.
Which are, of course, meticulously cast and edited.
Completely.
Uh-huh.
And they've infiltrated every corner of our lives. You see shows about home improvement mirroring our desire to buy houses, or cooking shows reflecting our culinary interests.
And this extends to everyday products, too. You see real and authentic plastered everywhere. Fetzer wine, Kraft's real Velveeta cheese sauce, HP's real-life imaging system.
Even car companies like Nissan use authentic in their branding.
But here's the paradox. The very act of a business proclaiming its authenticity often makes consumers immediately doubt it.
It's kind of like someone coming up to you and saying, I just want you to know how truly authentic I am.
Yeah, you'd back away slowly, wouldn't you?
Totally. That same skepticism applies to brands. And this societal fakery goes even deeper. We're seeing computer-generated actors.
Thespians.
Right. People faking phone calls to avoid social interaction, fake IDs.
It's this constant exposure to the fake in our news, in our daily lives, that pushes the issue of authenticity right to the forefront.
We're almost like choking on inauthenticity.
So, given this backdrop of pervasive fakes and proclaimed reality, what are the underlying forces driving this escalating demand for something truly genuine? The authors identify 5 key drivers.
Okay, let's hear them.
Well, one major driver, and this makes total sense given their previous work, is the experience economy as a backdrop.
Right. Consumers are increasingly paying for experiences, not just goods or services. Think about Starbucks.
Yeah, you're paying several dollars for a coffee, but it's really for the whole experience, the ambiance, the ritual, the theater of it all.
People pay for luxury spas or for those personal seat licenses to feel part of their favorite sports team.
Or even vacations to try out a new career for a week.
Right.
But while these staged experiences are powerful, they can also leave consumers longing for, less contrived encounters.
Which brings us to the second driver, technology's frustration.
Ah, yes. We've all experienced voicemail hell or those automated non-responses.
Definitely. Technology, for all its benefits, can feel incredibly dehumanizing sometimes.
It really can. So when genuine person-person conversations do happen, they're valued much more. But often, you have no real assurance of who's actually on the other end.
But some smart companies flip this, like the Geek Squad, for example. Their whole thing is solving tech torment.
Right. Their founder, Robert Stevens, figured out how to humanize computer repair. He talked about laying a human voice atop a technological interface.
And they hire real geeks, right? They actually test them on geekiness.
They do, to ensure they embody the brand's authentic persona. It's quite clever.
Okay, what's the third driver?
The third driver is the influence of postmodern thought. Now, this might sound a bit academic. No, but it's really about how philosophers have defined what feels inauthentic for ages. They point to things like when society distorts us, or when machinery unnaturally alters the world.
Or even when things become purely about money, stripping away their soul.
Exactly. It's about anything that feels not quite right because it's been warped by these external forces.
Got it. Makes sense. Driver number 4.
That would be the psychology of aging baby boomers.
Okay.
This generation's desire to be perceived as young, energetic, cool, and maybe as real as they once were, that directly fuels a significant portion of this demand for authenticity.
They're willing to pay a premium for it because just surface quality doesn't cut it anymore.
Right. It doesn't differentiate like it used to.
And the 5th driver.
And finally, the 5th driver is eroding confidence in social institutions.
Oof. Yeah, we've seen trust decline across the board. Religious institutions, nonprofits, government, education, corporations.
Absolutely. Think about corporate greenwash accusations, like Ford's greening of the Blue Oval campaign failing to meet its own hybrid goals.
Or BP's environmental claims. And then you have major oil spills.
Exactly. When institutions, especially non-commercial ones, seem to engage too heavily in commerce, their motives kind of come into doubt.
It really makes you wonder, can businesses truly help individuals find authenticity when trust in so many foundational institutions is crumbling?
Well, the authors say yes, but only if each institution recognizes and sticks to its true purpose. It's raison d'etre.
So businesses should unapologetically pursue profit.
Right. Education should advance knowledge, government preserve and protect, charities help neighbors, churches proclaim truth.
And when a non-commercial institution starts acting like a business, say a church charging for a marriage retreat.
Its motivations are immediately questioned. Is this ministry or is it commerce?
Right. It muddies the waters.
So that's the why. That's why we crave authenticity. But how can businesses actually render it?
Yeah, how do they deliver?
The authors begin by revisiting their progression of economic value, illustrating how offerings move up the value chain.
Okay.
It starts with commodities, like raw materials extracted from the earth. Undifferentiated stuff.
Like coffee beans or iron ore?
Exactly. Then comes goods, manufactured products, tangible things.
Like a car or a smartphone.
Then services, intangible activities performed for customers, like getting your car repaired or getting financial advice.
Okay, standard stuff so far.
And from there, it gets really interesting. Above services are experiences. This is where customers pay for the time they spend with a company.
Like going to Disneyland or a concert. You're paying for the memorable event.
Precisely. And at the very pinnacle are transformations. This is where the customer literally becomes the product.
How so?
Think of a fitness center. You're not just buying a workout service. You're paying to transform into a healthier person.
Or a consulting firm helping you transform your business. The outcome is a changed you or a changed company.
Exactly. The customer is the product. Now, the key dynamic here is that commoditization is constantly pulling offerings downward, making everything feel interchangeable based on price alone.
Everything becomes a commodity if you let it.
But conversely, customization pushes offerings upward, especially turning experiences into those life-transforming ones that are precisely tailored to an individual's needs.
So how does this relate to making things feel real?
Well, it sets the stage for understanding what kind of authenticity a business might offer, which leads us to their real-fake matrix.
Okay, I'm intrigued. The real fake matrix.
They cleverly build on Shakespeare's advice from Hamlet. To thine own self be true, thou canst not then be false to any man.
Polonius's advice.
Right. Those two ideas form the core of the matrix. Being true to self, which is internal consistency.
Okay.
And being what it says it is, which is external consistency.
Got it. True to self and true to what you claim.
Exactly. This framework creates 4 distinct modes: real, fake, real, fake, and fake.
Whoa. Okay, examples.
They illustrate this with 4 New York City venues. ESPN Zone, they say, is real. It consistently delivers an authentic sports immersion experience. It is what it says it is, and it's true to the ESPN brand.
Makes sense.
Dave & Buster's is fake real. It's clearly a fantasy arcade environment for adults, but it never pretends to be anything else. It creates a consistent, believable fantasy. It's true to that premise.
Okay, so it's fake in that it's a fantasy, but real in that it delivers exactly that fantasy consistently.
You got it. Then, the NBA store, they argue, is real fake. It is what it says it is, a store selling NBA merchandise. That part's real. But it doesn't quite deliver an immersive, true-to-self NBA experience in the way ESPN Zone delivers a sports experience. It feels more like just retail.
So it's real on the label, but feels kind of fake in its execution or soul.
Something like that. In Nike Town, surprisingly, they label fake. Neither fully true to itself as a brand experience venue, nor fully delivering on what it claims to be in that specific location context, according to their analysis.
Huh. Interesting. So the takeaway isn't that fake is always bad.
Not at all. That's the fascinating part. Not all fakes are created equal. Some, like Dave & Buster's, are good fakes that actually improve upon reality for the customer by offering a consistent, desired fantasy.
Okay, so if a business could be a good fake, how does one intentionally apply these qualities? How do you choose your authenticity?
Well, that leads us to the 5 distinct genres of authenticity the authors define, each with its own characteristics.
5 genres. Okay, let's break them down. First one.
First up, natural authenticity. This is all about being untouched, organic, simple, existing in its pure state.
Like organic foods, handmade soaps.
Exactly. Or real leather with its unique blemishes. Even fashion leans into this, like those perfectly worn-in jeans you love. Their imperfections tell a story. They feel real because they're flawed.
Or in spaces, maybe. Like an office park designed with barn-like buildings or using green architecture with recycled materials and vegetated roofs.
Precisely. It's about bringing that raw, unpolished, truly natural feel into our created environments.
Okay, natural. What's next?
The second genre is original authenticity. This is all about being the first of its kind or having a truly unique, pioneering design.
Like brands that basically created their category. Cheerios, maybe? AT&T in the old days? Disney theme parks?
Yes, exactly. Or products with iconic aesthetics like the Apple iPod or OXO kitchen utensils, that distinct look and feel.
Companies often emphasize this by highlighting their year of origin, right?
Yeah.
Since 18 whatever.
Or celebrating anniversaries like Harley-Davidson's big ride home for its 100th. It reinforces that heritage, that originality.
It's about that real thing. You mentioned Coke earlier. For many, the only authentic Coca-Cola is that 6.5-ounce glass bottle.
Or the Hecho in Mexico version with cane sugar. The authors argue Coca-Cola often misses the mark by not consistently delivering that specific original version many purists crave.
And then you have 7-Up's classic un-cola strategy.
Which simply highlighted its unique, ignored originality against the cola giants. But here's the catch with originality.
What's that?
Ubiquity can kill authenticity. Starbucks, for instance. They grew from one unique shop to over 13,000 venues.
Making it harder to maintain that special original feel for many longtime customers, it becomes commonplace.
Exactly. Okay, third genre.
Third is exceptional authenticity. This means superior, uncommon, differentiated.
Like legendary service. The Ritz-Carlton is the classic example.
We are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen.
Right. It's not just words. It's practiced by every employee. They even teach legendary service to other companies. That's exceptional.
It also applies to craftsmanship, maybe? Swiss-made watches, Cuban cigars, things known for their superior quality and skill.
Definitely. Or even mass customization that allows for unique designs like Anderson windows or boutique wineries like Crushpad. And sometimes, slowness is exceptional.
Slowness, how so?
The slow food movement. It's a global phenomenon providing an exceptional respite from the fast-paced daily grind. It makes the experience uncommon and valued.
Even foreignness can signal exceptional authenticity,
Yep.
right? Anything different from the norm, a unique Chilean wine, a rare Belgian beer.
Exactly. It creates a sense of the truly uncommon, the special.
Okay, natural, original, exceptional. What's number 4?
Next, the fourth genre. Referential authenticity. This is about recreating or referencing something else faithfully.
Like theme parks or themed environments. Las Vegas comes to mind.
Absolutely. The Bellagio recreating Lake Como, the Mirage with its volcano. They meticulously recreate experiences tourists might not otherwise encounter.
The goal is faithful reproductions executed with stunning accuracy, so people feel like it's the real thing, even if they know it's a themed environment.
Right. Think of Japan's Huis Bosch, which painstakingly recreates a Dutch town. Or Tokyo Disneyland, where Japanese couples sometimes have American-style weddings because it feels more real than doing it elsewhere.
It's kind of mind-bending. So the authenticity comes from how well it refers to or reproduces something else.
Precisely. The authors also mention things they call pseudo-phenomena, like that game day with John Elway experience someone was selling.
Oh, is that?
It promised lunch with Elway and a stadium tour. It delivered exactly what it said, so it was real in that sense. But it wasn't true to the seller's core business, nor was it historically accurate for Elway and that specific stadium.
So it was. Real fake.
Exactly. A real fake offering. It delivered on its referential promise, but its authenticity was purely based on that reference, not inherent to the provider or the history.
Fascinating. Okay, one genre left.
The fifth and final genre is influential authenticity. This is the kind that inspires and connects to aspirations, either personal or collective.
Personal aspirations, like experiencing art for cultural enlightenment. Or maybe Soup du Soleil showing you amazing human possibility.
Yes, that fits. Or it can be collective, focusing on things like eco-initiatives or corporate social responsibility. Think of companies using three-word offering.
Like free-range chicken, dolphin-safe tuna, shade-grown coffee.
Exactly. Those phrases signal a connection to a larger value or aspiration.
Companies like Ethos Water, stating helping children get clean water right on the bottle. Or Starbucks putting provocative quotes on its cups. They're trying to influence and connect on a deeper level.
They are. But here's the crucial risk with influential authenticity.
What's that?
Companies that heavily publicize their charitable giving or social responsibility can easily be seen as having marketing motives intertwined with their altruism.
Right, like that Target example with the holiday ads right after they banned Salvation Army bell ringers outside their stores. Customers questioned their true intent. Does the good deed feel genuine? Or just like good PR?
Exactly. It's a fine line to walk. Is it truly influential or just perceived as insincere?
So those are the 5 genres. Natural, original, exceptional, referential, and influential. Quite a toolbox.
It is. And with these genres in mind, the authors then provide a framework for how businesses can actually deconstruct and assess their own authenticity.
Okay, how do they do that?
They break it down into 10 elements, divided into those 2 main categories we discussed. Being true to self, internal consistency, and being what it says it is, external consistency.
Right, 5 elements for each.
Correct. Under being true to self, the first element is essence of enterprise, entity plus ethos. This is a company's core identity, its soul.
Like IBM continuously reinterpreting its foundational basic beliefs, respect for the individual, service to the customer, pursuit of excellence for new realities, but staying true to that original spirit.
Exactly. Adapting while keeping the core intact. Second, nature of offerings, output plus obligations, what a company offers and at what price. The authors put it bluntly, businesses are what they charge for.
Ooh, okay. So what you sell fundamentally defines you.
Pretty much. Third, effects of heritage, origin plus history. This is central to being true to self. We talked about emphasizing origins.
Right, and many companies honor this by creating brand lands or heritage centers like the Guinness Storehouse or the World of Coca-Cola, places where customers can literally walk through their past.
It makes the heritage tangible. Fourth element, sense of purpose, intention plus interests. This is the why, beyond just making a profit.
Like Service Master having clear objectives beyond financial gain, or Chick-fil-A famously closing on Sundays.
Right. That closure reflects the founder's beliefs, but it also aligns deeply with customers who share similar values, reinforcing their purpose.
Okay. And the fifth element of being true to self.
That's body of values, beliefs plus behaviors. How do those stated beliefs actually translate into actions?
Ah, the walk matching the talk. Like Howard Schultz's famous memo at Starbucks.
Exactly. He worried that automating espresso machines and vacuum packing coffee was watering down the authentic Starbucks experience, stripping the store of tradition and our heritage. It was a call to action to realign behavior with core values.
Okay, so those five cover the internal true to self side. What are the external side being what it says it is?
Another 5 elements here. First, assigned names, dimensions plus designations. Names referring to founders like Ford or Harley Davidson inherently lend authenticity.
Or names that evoke simpler times, like using Main Street, Craft, or Works in the name.
Right. But the authors warn against selling naming rights to venues like sports stadiums. They see it as a prime example of selling out that often kills authenticity.
Yeah, whatever telecom park doesn't quite have the same ring as, say, Fenway Park.
Not quite. Second element, express statements, media plus messages. This is all about advertising and public claims.
Like Dove's campaign for real beauty, using real women instead of traditional models, and attempt to align what they say with how customers perceive beauty.
Exactly. But the risk, again, is greenwashing, where claims don't match actions, like we discussed with Ford and BP. Words have to align with deeds.
Okay. Third element.
And this is a big one, established places, venues plus events. This is where placemaking essentially becomes marketing.
Often replacing traditional advertising, right? Like American Girl Place you mentioned. Mothers and daughters spend hours, maybe buy a doll, maybe not, but leave with cherished memories, memorabilia for the whole experience.
Precisely. These distinct places powerfully proclaim a company's identity and create authentic connections. Purina Farms, the Whirlpool Experience Studio, the Samsung Experience.
They're creating destinations.
They are. It's so important the authors developed a whole placemaking portfolio model. It covers both physical and virtual access points.
Okay, tell me more.
Physically, it's a spectrum. It ranges from massive singular flagship destinations like Volkswagen's Autostadt in Germany, almost a pilgrimage site for car enthusiasts,
Wow.
down through experience hubs like Legoland parks, major venues like REI or Apple stores, derivative presences like a Westin workout room in a hotel, all the way down to meeting customers wherever they are, like the Geek Squad fixing your computer right in your living room.
So it's about creating authentic touch points across a whole range of physical interactions.
Exactly. And the virtual model mirrors this. From a company's flagship website to online experience domains like social networks or virtual worlds like Second Life where companies build presences.
All the way down to simple web links connecting related sites. Yeah. The Lego example they use shows how a company can use almost all 10 levels of this physical and virtual diamond model.
It's incredibly comprehensive. And the point is, genuine connection often comes through these experiences, not just traditional ads. Think of Starbucks or Pike Place Fish Market. Their primary customer acquisition is the experience itself.
That's powerful. Okay, placemaking is huge. What's the fourth element of being what it says it is?
Fourth is declared motivations, ideals plus incentives. This is what a company says its motivations are.
Like Google's famous or infamous, don't be evil.
Exactly. It's a declared ideal, but if a company's actions don't consistently match those declared words, it can quickly be perceived as phony, totally undermining any claims of authenticity.
Actions speak louder than mission statements.
Always. And finally, the fifth element is displayed appearances, representations plus perceptions. How a company looks and acts.
How its people behave.
Yes. Acting authentically at work means employees being true to self and also being what you say you are as a company representative. The fishmongers at Pike Place Fish Market, throwing fish and having fun, they truly embody their honest, energetic work style.
Or the Geek Squad hiring real geeks, even testing for it, so their special agent persona comes across as genuinely authentic, not just a costume.
Precisely. It's about the lived reality matching the projected image.
Okay, so we've covered what authenticity is, the different genres, and these 10 elements for assessing it. But how do you apply this strategically? How do you actually use this understanding?
Great question. The authors introduce another really powerful concept here. They call it here and now space.
Here and now space. Okay, what's that?
Imagine it like a company's true North Star, or maybe its authentic DNA. It's defined by its entire past, its history, its heritage, combined with its present capabilities.
So who we were and who we are now.
Exactly. Together, those define a company's execution zone. This is the authentic path they can realistically take into the future.
And trying to operate outside that zone.
Is seen as inauthentic. It's setting strategic goals that are, as they put it, philosophically impossible given the company's history and reality, and those initiatives are likely to fail.
You give an example.
Well, they point to Disney. Despite being an experience powerhouse, they had missteps like Club Disney and Disney Quest. Why? Because those ventures arguably fell outside their core family entertainment and specific theme park experience heritage.
Or Porsche's Cayenne SUV. Financially successful, sure.
But it alienated some loyalists who felt a big, heavy SUV, initially built out of VW plant-sharing parts, was just inconsistent with the brand's core identity of lightweight, high-performance sports cars.
So knowing your authentic limits, your execution zone, is absolutely key.
It's crucial, but this doesn't mean staying stagnant. Companies need to move forward.
How?
They need to utilize what the authors call the as-if vector. This is a strategic commitment to an envisioned future, but one that links directly back to the present reality and heritage.
So acting as if you are already what you aspire to be.
Kind of. Toyota, for instance, committed to acting as if it were the highest quality automaker decades ago. Through that consistent acting, through embedding quality in everything they did, it eventually became true. It's about transforming commitments for a new environment, not just doing more of what worked before, which can be inertia.
Okay, so understand your past and present, define an authentic future vision, and act as if to get there.
That's a good summary. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's about strategically leveraging those real-fake polarities we touched on earlier.
Ah, the opposing concepts,
Yeah.
like artificial versus natural.
Exactly. This is where you strategically juxtapose seemingly contradictory concepts to find new opportunities. For natural authenticity, the polarity is artificial, natural. Think of grass lawns.
Okay.
Real artificial grass, like field turf or a swayan lawn, offers the playability and look of natural grass. But in places where natural grass is really hard to maintain, like indoor stadiums or deserts.
So it's a good fake artificial, yes, but it performs like the real thing, sometimes even better in context. It improves upon reality.
Precisely. For original authenticity, the polarity is imitation original. And here they talk about retro versus repro.
Retro versus repro, what's the difference?
Retro means new offerings designed to look old, like Nike Air Jordan retro shoes, or maybe those Converse Chuck Taylors that are always popular. They often feel fake real, a new thing referencing an old style.
Okay, and repro.
Repro, or reproductions, are old designs brought back but with new mechanisms and technologies inside. Think vintage-looking watches with modern movements, or reproduction rifles, or farm-style homes that look old but have all the modern smart home tech.
Or those Airstream trailers that look like they're from the 50s but are brand new inside.
Exactly. These can actually feel more real than the real thing because they combine the authentic old aesthetic with modern functionality.
Interesting. What about the polarity for exceptional authenticity?
That's disingenuous. A genuine Pabst Blue Ribbon's marketing of no marketing is a fantastic example here.
Oh, so
They very discreetly sponsor cool indie events, but they largely resist overt mainstream advertising. This cultivates a genuine anti-marketing, almost aloof image that deeply resonates with their specific audience. It's a deliberate choice to appear hands-off and therefore more genuine.
okay, and for referential authenticity.
The overarching polarity there is simply real fake. Remember the Geek Squad? Their cool geeks facade, the uniforms, the cars. It's a deliberately crafted persona.
It's fake real.
Exactly. It's a theatrical choice that differentiates them, making their computer repair service seem paradoxically more real because of that carefully constructed, yet ultimately referential coolness. It refers to a cool geek archetype.
Got it. Last one. Influential authenticity.
The polarity here is insincere, sincere. This one gets complex. On the fake real self side, the authors place some self-help gurus, maybe like a Tony Robbins or certain PBS personalities.
My fake real.
Their sincerity in wanting to help might be genuine, real, but the authors suggest the persona is often carefully constructed, fake, and helping others also serves to elevate their own status and generate significant wealth. It's a complex interplay of motive and presentation.
That contrasts with someone like Samuel Smiles from way back in 1859.
Right. His original book, Self-Help, was very real self. It emphasized self-denial, hard work, contributing to society, not the more narcissistic ends sometimes seen today.
And on the other side of influential, the real fake other.
This is where you find socially responsible brands like The Body Shop, Patagonia, Ben& Jerry's, or those dolphin-safe tuna labels. They are real in that they are what they say they are, tuna ice cream.
But fake because
Because they purport to make the world a better place through your purchase, other-focused. But their actions can sometimes risk being perceived as having marketing motives, fake sincerity, alongside genuine altruism. It challenges their influential authenticity if the commercial motive seems too strong.
it really highlights how tricky that influential genre is.
It's very tricky. So for practical application, businesses can identify the dominant polarities in their industry. Maybe it's vice, nice for a trade show, think candy versus liquor booths.
Okay.
Then you assume juxtaposition. Put contradictory things together, like DC Shoes using James Lipton, the very erudite, serious host of Inside the Actor's Studio, to interview extreme sports athletes.
That sounds weirdly compelling. The contrast creates interest.
Exactly. And you can explore different facets of a polarity. Think about the Winter Olympics.
Right.
You have the indoor-outdoor polarity, men's, women's competitions, or even speed style comparing speed skating to figure skating. These purposeful collisions of concepts can unlock new strategic opportunities for rendering authenticity.
Wow. Okay. We've truly navigated the complex landscape of authenticity in economic offerings today. It's a lot to take in.
It really is.
We've seen why consumers crave it, how businesses sometimes fail to deliver it,
Yeah.
and how understanding your here and now space, defined by your heritage and your present, is just vital.
Absolutely. And how leveraging those seemingly contradictory polarities can be a really powerful strategic tool for any enterprise looking to resonate as real with customers. So wrapping up. Well, I think the key takeaway is that in a world increasingly saturated with the manufactured and the mediated, the path to perceived authenticity, whether that's for a company or even for an individual, often lies not in just proclaiming who you
This is
are.
I'm authentic.
Right, but in consistently being it. Through your actions, your history, your values made real.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Here's something to consider, maybe a final provocative thought from the authors. What you've done is what you are, and what you do is what you become.